something out of that, and I know she talks about how to create a to-do list, but making habits is so important, and having them stick, and especially in your fitness. One thing she talked about, and I absolutely love, is picking a time in your day that can allow you to have that fitness. If you're a busy mom, you have busy schedules. I mean, we all do. But if you schedule it in your day, if you schedule fitness into your day, it's going to get done. So before your day even starts, before your week starts, before your month starts, scheduling out your fitness is huge, and that's a habitude. So that kind of takes us into what are the 7 habitudes that we talk about. And we touched on them last time, and I'm going to go over them right now. And then what we're going to do moving forward is we're going to be able to talk about each individual one. We got lessons, kind of the mindset behind it. The 7 different ones are imagination, curiosity, perseverance, self-awareness, courage, adaptability, and passion. And passion is going to be really easy for me to talk about. But let me show you some of the things that we got. So one thing we did was, and this is how we structured this, is I have all these thoughts in my head, and I have all these things. And so what I did is I came in, and I put them all on paper. I have these little note cards, and every time they came to my head, I decided, you know what, we're going to write it down. We're going to write it down, and that's a habitude. All right, so we got change up routine. That's one thing we do. Being quiet, being in the moment. So what we do is we expand on all those things. I have lists and lists and lists of all this stuff, but I want to be able to put it all together and help you guys. I mean, this is the mindset behind this. So the first one is imagination, and I absolutely love this one. It talks about, developing creativity and innovation and discovery. And one of the great things is you want to be able to fall in love with your fitness. I mean, really fall in love with it. It's got to be something fun that you love to do. You gotta, when you were a kid and you'd go outside and you would play tag or you would climb trees and you were moving, you were imaginative. You had that creativity. I remember when I was really young, we designed, when I was 13 years old, we designed our own league at age 13. We went out to the local ball field. We took I'm not kidding, we took our lawnmower up there and we mowed the field at the local park, and we took white flour and chalked the lines. I mean, I'm not even making this stuff up. It was awesome, but we used our imagination. We used our creativity, and we had fun doing it, and we were moving the whole time. We were active. We were enjoying life and had all this fun. So in order to do this, you have to know, where are your goals, and where do you want to go with your fitness? What are the things that you want to see yourself succeed with? Is it losing weight? Is it when I'm, one of my fitness goals is when I'm 60 years old, I don't want to be in a walker. I don't want to be in a wheelchair. That's the big thing. I know that I want to be able to climb up that flight of steps. So for me, certain goals are different because I'm not a bodybuilder. You're not going to see me as, the next Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's not me. I know there are a lot of people out there that really enjoy that and they have fun with that. But I got to identify my goals. So you got to identify your goals so you can create creativity with it. Get imaginative with what you're doing. Think outside the box. That's the biggest thing. Think outside the box. I just had a friend that told me they love to go mountain climbing. So they like to, strap their shoes on and just climb up a mountain and really kind of dive into what they want to do. Is they want to check out the scenery, but they're walking up the hills and they're creating creativity. They're still working their legs. They're still doing those sort of things. So you want to be able to create creativity with a lot of those things. Also, curiosity. That's the next one. So we got curiosity. Really, curiosity is, and I love this saying, it's do scary things that don't kill you. So finding things that you're curious about. What is your fear? Your fear is something that's going to hold you back from curiosity. So we try to talk about fear is your friend. If you're not failing enough times, you're not going to be able to go out there and succeed. You're not gonna if you're afraid to go into the gym, you're afraid to take on a program like Kosama, which is a great 10-week program, or Farrell's, or any of those programs, or even if your program is to take on a personal trainer, you got to have some curiosity. You got to have some determination in it. So you got to want to think, okay, is this what I want to do? Is that what I want to do? And you got to create that. You got to have adventure. Adventure in your fitness is so key. I mean, how many times you get in a rut and you get stuck and you're like, man, I don't want to go to the gym because I got to just run all day. I mean, everybody gets that. everybody gets in that just that rut where I'm running and I'm running and I'm running. I'm not losing any weight. And how come I'm not losing any weight? And it's because your curiosity is way off. Your curiosity is nowhere where it needs to be. You're not seeking new things. Again, going back to talking about changing up your habits and being able to adjust. I think those are two very big things. And the next thing is perseverance. And this one speaks really hard into my life, and I can touch on this really good because I've persevered through my life, and I know you guys have too. I don't know how many times you have failed, and you have just, and you know, we're a society that when we fail, when we really fail, we have to look at ourselves and say, listen, that we can't isolate that failure. We got to keep moving forward, and we got to keep playing the game instead of just falling back and saying, wow, this is not something that I want to do anymore, or I want to push forward and I want to persevere. And I think that's the big one. You know, you got to do something to be somebody. You got to do something in your life to be somebody. You want to get the abs, you got to do it. And you got to keep failing over and over and over. And I don't know how many times I've failed in my life. I mean, I failed at everything. I failed at business adventures. I failed at fitness. I failed at a lot of things. But it's perseverance that's going to take you into the next level. And perseverance that's really going to help you keep you going, keep you motivated, keep you working. And there's just nothing better than to have that motivation and that passion behind it. And perseverance, you know, one of the best lines is, it's not just the finish that matters, it's the journey. So you're going to find that, you know, the price that you have to pay, the price that you pay over that course of that 10-week class, over the course of that long class, is the prize at the end. You know, that journey, the price you paid is going to be what's going to get you forward, because it's that motivation, it's that moving forward, it's that really that awesome feeling that you get when you're done. So perseverance is so huge when you're talking about that. The next one I'm going to talk about is self-awareness, and diving into self-awareness and what self-awareness is. You got to ask for what you need. Self-awareness is one of the biggest things that I have here. I mean, I can go through almost all of these and talk on self-awareness and really be able to hit on all the different avenues of that. So when we come back, we're going to talk about self-awareness. We're going to finish up with some of these things. I'm really hoping, I'm excited to really dive back into this, but we're going to head on to break, and we'll be back in a few minutes. So we'll see you guys in a bit.